I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Hey y'all, back at it again. So it is Saturday, and I am going to work at the other job, and I work today from 12 to 4. So I'm probably gonna end up taking a ride down to Norwalk while I'm at work. I'll probably take a ride down to Norwalk with one of my clients. And then I will be getting off at 4 o'clock after I pick him up. And this morning, I'm excited because this morning, before I started getting ready for work, my uncle had called me, and we like to get together and eat fish. So he invited me over. Well, I thought we were going to his apartment, but we're not. We're going to my grandmother's. He invited me over, so it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be me. My bad, y'all, the phone had fell. But yeah, so it's supposed to be me, my uncle, my grandmother, my 2 children, well, 2 of my 4 children, and his daughter, which is my cousin, and probably her son, which is my little cousin. Yeah, y'all probably not gonna hear too much from about my older 2 because they're like older, and my younger 2 are like younger. So it's pretty much of a little gap, if you will. And lady, go. So I'm excited about that because we always have fun when we eat fish. So right now, right before I get to work, I am headed to Dunkin' Donuts to grab my cup of coffee because I will need it for the next 4 hours. The 4 hours, really not too bad, but I'm really kind of getting tired of it being like dead smack in the middle of the day. So I really don't want to leave and not work there anymore, but it's convenient because I like the fact that I can pick up hours whenever I need to. But lately I just feel like we get paid every 2 weeks, and if I don't pick up any hours, that means I'm waiting 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, for a 4-hour check. Okay, so this part of the video, you guys, I felt the need to elaborate a little bit more in this area. I didn't want to seem like I was ungrateful for having a second income. But my other reasons that I'm considering stopping the second job is because, first off, you can't leave until you're relieved. So basically, it does not matter if you have anything planned after work, you cannot leave until your relief gets there. So whether they're late, whether they never show up at all, you more than likely are mandated to stay either the shift or until your supervisor or that person finds coverage. Another reason why I'm considering not moving forward with it is because I just started traveling a few years back, and I'm actually living life, enjoying life, and I'm trying to do so to the fullest extent. So with that said, a lot of times people are reaching out to me because they know that I'm interested in traveling now, that 2 of my children are older and I have more help with the younger 2. And it's like I always have to do it around that schedule, which is every other Saturday. So I'm always having to pull my calendar out to see, is this outing or this, little trip is scheduled on a Saturday that I'm off, or is it scheduled on a Saturday that I'm on? And I just feel like to rearrange a whole trip just because you have to go to work for one day for 4 hours, I don't feel that it's worth it. And also for tax purposes as well. Okay, you guys, I am on Exeter Street and I am about to take a right on Beachmont Avenue. The reason I am pointing this out to you guys is because it is very important. Y'all see this store right here? This bodega? Yeah, the bodega. Okay. Now, soon as I hit this left onto Renzi Avenue, which isn't far from the bodega, you will notice the CVS. Okay. That's the CVS. That's the Merit Medical Building across from CVS. That is the gas station. And this right here is the traffic light. Remember this. It's very important. In one of my previous videos, I believe it was the one where I explained the items that I use to help with my HS. So anyways, in that video, I explained to you guys that I was actually doing the video and I was on my way to work because I was going to do an overnight shift from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Well, when I went in, I ended up not leaving until damn near 7 a.m. the next morning. So, for the purpose of this story time, I am going to give the names right now. So, my client name is going to be Junebug. My supervisor name will be Tracy. And my co-worker's name is going to be New York. Okay, so I received a phone call at about 5:55 a.m. on that Sunday morning. And the phone call happened to be New York. So I answered the phone and I said, "Thanks for calling, blah, blah, blah." And New York proceeds to say, "Who is this?" My response to her was, "Excuse me." And then she proceeded to say, "Oh, hey, this is New York. The reason I'm calling you is because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be late and I really don't know what time I'm going to get there." So I said to her, "Okay, did you communicate this with your supervisor?" And her response was yes. And so I told her, "Okay, well, when you figure out what time you're going to get here, just give me a call back to let me know." And she said, "Okay," and we hung up. A few minutes later, get another phone call. It's New York again. Now she's asking if I can come and pick her up because she's stuck around the corner, you guys. She said that her vehicle stopped on Beachmont Avenue and it caught a flat next to the bodega. Okay? She called the cab and she called for an Uber. Neither of them ever showed up. There's too much snow outside and she's not going to walk. So she wants to know if I can pick her up. I proceeded to let her know, "Okay, I have Junebug and the other two guys, and I cannot leave Junebug alone. So what am I supposed to do with Junebug? Girl, you are crazy. I am not going to be able to come and pick you up." She tells me that my supervisor, Tracy, told her that it was okay for me to come pick her up. So I told her, If that's what Tracy told you, then that's what Tracy needs to communicate to me, because I am not leaving out of this house without Junebug, and I don't think that is fair that I would have to wake Junebug up. So, of course, after that, she had a little attitude and she was like, you know what? You know what? Never mind. Never mind. Click and hung up on me, y'all. She hung up on me. And I was so pissed off. So I ended up calling my supervisor, Tracy. So I'm explaining to her what New York done called and asked me. And come to find out, New York lied. Tracy told New York when New York asked if I can come and pick her up. What was told to New York was, you can ask her, and if she says yes and she does not have a problem with it, I do not have a problem with her coming to pick you up. She's going to have to wake Junebug up though. But if she does not want to come and pick you up, I don't know what to tell you, but she's a nice, decent person. It's a way you talk to people and it's a way you ask. I'm sure if you ask nicely, she wouldn't have a problem with picking you up. Well, guess what, y'all? That didn't happen. But even after that conversation, I felt bad and I still was determined to at least attempt to go and give her a lift, because I'm trying to leave. If she's acting like she can't get to the site, that means I'm going to end up being extra, extra, extra late leaving, or I'm going to be stuck there. So what I do, wake Junebug up out of his sleep. Of course, he had an attitude. We go downstairs to start the van and realize that it was a snowstorm. So now the van has to be cleaned off. I'm still recovering from surgery. I don't even shovel my truck out, so I damn sure won't be shoveling that van out. And I looked at Junebug, and Junebug didn't have a problem with shoveling the van out. Junebug said he wasn't shoveling the van out by himself, which I get that and I feel him, because even if I was able to shovel, I don't think I would have shoveled that whole, the whole van out by myself. So, still trying to remain positive. I started the van so that it can at least be heating up, even though I knew we weren't shoveling the van out. And I still cleaned the windows off. And I went back upstairs. I used my better judgment. I contacted my supervisor, Tracy, and I said, hey, yeah, you're going to have to call New York back and let her know. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go and get her because I don't feel like it's right to wake up the other two people. And Junebug said he's not shoveling the van out by himself. I said, and to be honest with you, um, basically, if she just would have walked up here all this time, she calling and waiting for us to see if we could get the van going, like she literally could have already been here. She could have already been here. She's from New York. New York got the longest blocks ever. Your vehicle stopped over there by where I showed y'all. I'm going to insert the clip once, you know what I'm saying, I start editing this video, but you were not far. You guys are going to see that where I point out the bodega, that's where her vehicle caught a flat. Where I made that left turn right before I got to CVS, that's where she was located when she started making phone calls stating that the cab nor Uber never came. Of course, the cab and Uber isn't gonna come, you stupid idiot. You're right down the street. You're only 2 blocks away. You'll also see in the clip where I took a picture showing the traffic light. I took a picture of the traffic light. That very traffic light that you're going to see in the picture that I insert is where she was located. How in the hell can I see the traffic light from the house that we're at And you're telling me that you can't get here because you're not walking in the snow, but clearly there's not a lot of snow out on the ground. Clearly they've already come, came by with the plow trucks to plow. It was snow on the sidewalks, don't get me wrong, but there was, not enough snow on the ground for her to say she's not walking. She was purposely being a that's what she was doing. And furthermore, it's really not my responsibility to make sure a coworker gets to and from work. That's not my job. My job was done. My job is not to get you to work, especially if you can walk. So she ended up coming to the house, you guys. She didn't get there until 7 a.m. And would you believe the heifer walked right through the door? She cut her eyes at me. She did not speak to me. She did not acknowledge me. She did not say thank you. She did not say sorry for being late. She did not say any of the above. She went right in the living room. She called our supervisor to let her know that she made it. She must have called a few other people that she had trying to get out and come all the way over there to CVS to pick her up just to bring her up the street, who probably was paying her no mind, because I know I sure as hell wouldn't have. But yeah, and that is the end of the story time. She had me all the way up. Once I got home, I noticed I had a text message and it was from my supervisor, Tracy. And basically, she had texted me to let me know that New York texted her and told her, "Oh, can you please do me a favor and let her know that I'm sorry. I came in and did not say good morning. And if you can tell her that I said good morning and thank you." I text my supervisor back and I let her know, like, not to be funny, but she can keep that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Who does that? Who even has the decency to pick up their phone and text someone something that ghetto and raggedy? Girl, bye.
I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die.